Hello, class. Well, today we're going to be talking about the difference between congruence and equality. Congruence and equality. Well, when things are congruent, it simply means that shapes have the same size and measurements. Okay? All angles and sides are the same. Okay? So if I have two shapes that are congruent, whether they're triangles or other polygons, I have angles that correspond one to the other that are the same. I have sides that correspond one to the other that are the same. Okay, those are going to be congruent. The symbol for congruence is simply this thing here. We've seen this before. The symbol for congruence kind of looks like an equal sign. Okay, but it's got this little swirly thing. You say that is, you read that as is congruent to. Okay, that's what you say there. So is congruent to. Okay, example might be, let's say we had two line segments. Let's say we've got this line segment here. This is A, got point B over here. Okay, and then you have this line segment here, and maybe this is Y, Z. Okay, well, we've already talked about if they're marked something like this, those hash marks show that AB, okay, AB is congruent to line segment Y, Z. Okay, maybe we've got, instead of line segments, we've got angles. Okay, so maybe we got this angle here. Excuse me, this is W, P, R. Okay, and we've got another angle here. Okay, and this is, let's call this D, S, T. Okay, and this time they're marked like this. Okay, these markings show those angles are congruent. So you'd say that angle W, P, R is congruent to angle DST. Okay. Now, if we get into drawings, things like that, maybe we have what most common that you're going to see for congruence, it's usually going to be triangles. So maybe we've got a triangle here. Okay. And we've got another triangle here. Okay, let's call this ABC. Okay, and we'll call this F, excuse me, left off part of my F, FGH. Okay, and maybe they mark something like this. We know that FH is congruent to AC, AB is congruent to FG, okay, and CB congruent to GH. Okay, we can see that. Okay, we'd also have, so there we would say that triangle ABC is congruent, okay, to, now remember this is, it's got to go in the same order, okay, so this would be FGH, triangle FGH, okay, so that's congruence. We're talking about shapes, okay, shapes are congruent, shapes are congruent. We're going to talk about in a second is what is equal. Shapes are congruent. I don't know what these lengths are, but I know that this length is the same as this length. I know that this length is the same as that length. This length is the same as that length. I don't know what the length is, but I know they're the same. Same thing with these angle measurements. I don't know how many degrees WPR is, but I know it's the same number of degrees as DST, okay, because they're marked as congruent, okay? Okay, now let's talk about when things are equal, okay? When things are equal, equal means the measurements are the same. This needs units, okay? So for length, might be something like inches or centimeters or miles, whatever. If it's angles, it's usually going to be something like degrees, okay? There's another one called radians, but you don't normally see that. The symbol for equal, you should be pretty familiar with. Equal sign, simply boom. Okay, and we say that is equal to. Okay, so something is equal to something else. Okay, examples. Okay, so let's say I have, again, I've got two line segments here. Maybe this is JE, and I've got LW. Okay, and I know that this is maybe 8 units, and this is 8 units. Okay, well then I'd say that JE, okay, because I am not, because I'm talking about a measurement here, I don't need the line over it, is equal to LW. Okay, in this case, because I'm talking about their lengths, I don't put the little hat over it, don't put the line over it. Okay, and in this case, I can say that those equal 8. Okay, if I'm talking about angles, okay, I might have this angle here, okay, A, B, C, maybe we got another angle over here, this is P, D, F, okay, that would be like the measurement of angle ABC, okay, equals the measurement, that's what this little m means, of angle PDF, okay? Okay, again, we need to have this little m here for angles. When it comes to line segments and things like that, you're just going to have the letters without the hat on it, okay? And this is when we're going to use the equal sign. Okay, really don't have much of a drawing here for this one because they're tied up in here. So we're just going to put an X there. Really not much going on there. Okay, so one of the big things you want to remember here is that shapes are congruent. Okay? Okay? Shapes are congruent. Measurements so we can fit measurements in here. MENTS. Whoa, Nelly, no, don't do that. Are equal. Sorry, I'm working with a little bit of new technology here. It's not quite what I meant to do. Okay. Okay, so shapes are congruent. Measurements are equal. There you go. Let's take a look at a few examples. Okay, so now let's take a look at a couple examples. Here, I've got these two triangles here. I've got triangle ABC, okay, and that's congruent to triangle JKL. Remember, it matters what order you go in, okay? Okay, so if I go ABC, then I have to go JKL. Now, this little T-chart here, just want to show the difference here. So if I have my equals over here, my congruent over here, let's take a look at just how a couple things look a little different. So for instance, I can say that AB, okay, that distance equals JK. JK, no, in this case I'm real. Okay, but if I'm talking about the line segments, I would say line segment AB is congruent, okay, to line segment JK. Okay, I can see that with these single hash marks here and here. I'm talking about BC, I would say that the length, BC, okay, because I'm talking about a length here, I don't need the little symbol on top, is equal to, well, BC corresponds to KL, KL. And incongruent, okay, if I don't know their lengths, I would simply say that line segment KL is congruent to line segment BC. Okay, and lastly, I've got CA or AC and LJ. And just like before, we'd say that AC equals, excuse me, JL. Hey, I know those initials. And again, congruently, that would be line segment. JL is congruent to line segment AC. Okay, so there we go. Now let's talk about the angles. Okay, so I can see here angle A is congruent to angle J, B and K are congruent, L and C are congruent. But if I use those three-letter names here, okay, so let's say I get three-letter names, I would say that here I'm going to go with the measurement of angle BAC is equal to the measurement of angle KJL. Okay, so that's this angle here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now if I'm looking for congruent, I'd simply say that angle BAC is congruent to angle KJL. Okay. Okay, if I'm looking here at angle B, for instance, okay, angle B, for instance, I would say that the measurement of angle ABC equals the measurement of JKL. Yeah, squeeze it in there. Okay, now if I want to look at congruent, I would say that the angle ABC is congruent to angle JKL. Okay, now for the last one here, I'm going to let that be the magic word for this video. Okay, we're going to say measurement of angle BCA equal measurement of angle. I'm going to leave that blank. That's going to be your magic word there. And so in angle terms, that's going to be angle of angle BCA rather is also congruent to angle, and you're gonna have to fill in that blank right there. Okay, you guys should see the groove there. Okay, so you can see in this column we have the things that are equal to each other. These are the measurements. Okay, if you're given specific numbers, okay, especially if we're talking supplementary or complementary angles. We know those add to 90. Okay, if you're given measurements, make sure you're using equal. If you're not given measurements, but you're told two things are congruent, that means they do have equal measurements. You just may not know what they are. Okay, these you can do math with. You can add things together when things are equal. Okay, if not, you're going to be using the. Okay, so with the measurements here, you can do math with these. Okay, you can say AB plus JK equals something. You can't really do that with the shapes because you're not adding shapes. With the measurements, you're talking about numbers here, and those you can do your mathematical operations on. You can add them, you can subtract them, things like that. Okay, we're going to go over this some more in class. If you have any questions, please see me there. Thank you.